Hi, everybody. Brian here, reminding you about the new DVD, Quant Labs, How to Trade Like a Boss. Hopefully, we'll get it on Amazon in the next few days, so you can get it there if you want. All right. So, last thing we need to talk about is, of course, the books. If you're looking for some free books, just come over to the website, either QuantLabs.net or QuantLabs.net /book, and so on and so forth. So, couple things we need to talk about. Let me just pull up my screen here. Here we have our MotiveWave. Now, I'm going to do a full-on review of this service here called Trading Ideas. And this is an interesting service. I'm just pulling up the screens here. We need one more. Where is it? There it is. Where are you? Give me a second here. And here it is. Okay, so this is how we do things. This is what really worked well yesterday. Okay, so I'm following Warrior Trading. Hopefully you might know them. Ross Cameron, pretty good, pretty popular. Seems to be working, can work, I should say. We have here gappers. Now, I've looked through numerous services out there, programming, open source projects, whatever I could find, looking for anything where you can generate gappers, where you can scan the entire US market while it's open across all three indices. What I found was there is not really anything out there. So this service came up under, obviously, under Ross Cameron. That's where I got the idea from. So what he does is got gappers here at 4%. We have some movers here at MYO, DGLY, ALLT, and Solo. Okay. So yesterday I was able to do the same thing, cross-reference them against the ones with volume. And yesterday I got lucky. I got a Zoom Media and another one, BMI or something like that, which had some nice patterns. So these are your movers right now, and the ones that's going to really move the price is volume. So volume is important to move it. So what you're looking for is to cross-reference this list here, potentially against the movers here on the volume leaders. So the only one we have is Solo. I'm going to show you that in a minute and what happened there, and what else is there? There's this one as well, relative volume indicator as well. So there we only have DGLY, ALLT, and these two other ones. So what we end up doing is we're looking for a pre-market analysis to basically, we look at pre-market analysis, and what happens is from there we suss out potential movers. So the one that looked really good, and everything I'm doing is just minute chart. I'm just looking for patterns to see if they actually work. So let me show you this guy right here. This one, pre-market, if you look at the pre-market, looks really good. So moves up, everything looking good. I'm sorry, right here. 8:30, comes back down. I can't really confirm or deny if that's a winner or not. But between this time range, it looked really good. So towards the market, it pops up, goes from 225, peaks at 250. So you're roughly a 10% move. That's not bad, but he's looking for like stocks that are going to double. So this sort of works, but what you're looking for as an entry is the first pullback. So that means you would have missed this leg up. You would have missed this time frame between 9:30, 9:45, but it still did go up. So the theory kind of works, but the timing, I used to do pre-market here on the first pullback, which did happen, and it moved up 10% move. So all I can tell you is a lot of randomness going on in these. Another one that did really well was MYO from earlier. That one had virtually no pre-market whatsoever, and just right at the open there, you can see at the bottom left there beside that orange dot, it's 9:30 that the move started to happen. I luckily caught this on my scanner on the TI, so it popped up. So I open up everything, and I only keep open in the first 15 minutes. Sometimes things can happen, sometimes they don't. In this case, it did move. So I saw the classic move up, and you can see the price went from $7.19 to $24. So you're looking at a 300% increase, and it's still going. So what I would have done, knowing this, is the 300. I would have put an entry there and just let the strategy run. Now, typically, you're going to wait it out for the first pullback right here. So you would have missed a $5 move, but you'd still doubled your money. So here, if you did this right in here, just putting an entry on, you would have tripled your money in a matter of 2.5 hours or 2 hours, from 9:30 till 11:30. So you would have done really well on this trade. And all it takes is the one trade. So this was a good one. This one, ALT, when you look at the pre-market, it looked good. It was very strong on the TI. Let me see on the volumes here. Let me just go through these ones on the scanners here. So we have our gapper, which is MYO. We know that. Our next one was DGLY. Let me take a look at that one. This one looked really good. I mean, pre-market looked great. It moved up a little bit, but it just tanked right at 9:30. So you cannot sit there and think you'll make money on this whole pattern all the time. It's really luck. I don't like saying that, but that's what it appears to be. So our other gappers was ALLT. This guy right here kind of moved up, didn't do a whole lot. Good, nice pre-action or pre-market. Some volume came in, and it just kind of went nowhere, really. I mean, it went from 11.50 to 12.10. Hey, that's a 10% move, so it's not bad. But again, you're looking for these pre-market, these moves up. Sometimes you have to let the market settle, at least the stock itself settle. It does move up, but it may have a good end of day. I don't know. But so far it's not, it's not really a big mover. Going back to here, so you look at all the volume by here. I've looked at some of these. These are really small. One of the factors you need to look at is the volume here. That's not much. You can see the volume is very high in MYO. DLGY, I don't know, the volume is so high, it's just not moving. ALLT, same, but MYO is definitely the winner for today. So when you look at the gappers, okay, so those are the only gappers I'm talking about there. And again, when you factor in certain stock based upon volume, we have BLNK. Again, moved up, and this is a classic warrior trading move. Moves up, first pullback, moves up, and then starts to drop off. And Motive Wave, that's pretty good. So you would have entered in at 220, moved up maybe 20%, 40 cents a share. That's not bad. Okay, so 20% moves pretty good. So looking at some more of these by volume, Solo, I think we talked about, looked good, and then just petered out. And I mean, it moved, but it was right at the open, or maybe the first pullback was right here, and it moved up again from roughly 220. What was the exact? Yeah, so let's say 220 all the way up to 255. So you're looking at a 10% move, or roughly about that. Also, let me just see what else we have on the TI. Okay, so all the other ones kind of didn't do all that well. I looked at GSB. IVR. IVR is an interesting one. This one I got luck, some luck in as well. 9:30, $17, all the way up a whole whopping 10 cents. So nothing exciting there. Let's see what else there was. Okay, and I'll do the relative volume. DGLY we looked at, ALLT we looked at, BLNK, CLLPS. You usually don't want to do no more than top 3, but I'll go through the other ones. Some of these were pre-market. They look good. That's how they got on here. Here, again, you can see they were moving on the scanner at around 9 o'clock. There was this big bar here, and that went from 1860 to 1919 and just tapered off. This is not a great one, but it did move up. VXRT, once again, we had a descending pre-market, did move up, so that was caught. 930 plays out, and it just goes in this descending roll. DRNA, same thing, came down, had some nice moves up, pullback, move up, and then it just goes, well, I shouldn't say that. So here's our pullback at around 1970, goes up 2042, just under a 10% move. Okay. Solo we looked at, MYOs, obviously the clear winner, that's where you triple your money. BLNK we looked at, Solo we looked at, IVR. So those are all the winners, but MYO is definitely the big one, and it's still moving. $7, currently at $27. Again, that's pure luck, but that's now approaching 4 times. So does it work? Kinda, but that's what you're looking for to see these moves. All right, so no comments, questions. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good day.